So for those of you that are on here earlier, I decided that I would share with you our theme song. As you know, the name of our business is See Clearly Now. Kevin Blake Weldon, he's the love of my life. He recorded I Can See Clearly Now, and he's just an amazing artist. So I want to share with you the theme song. We also have a music video that we filmed on a yacht, and it should be ready in a week or two. So my next masterclass, you're going to see the actual music video to I Can See Clearly. And that is basically what we do. We help people see clearly so that they can live free, alive, and achieve anything they want in life. So let me share this song with you.
I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. I think I can make it now, the pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. Look all around, there's nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, nothing but blue skies.
So what do you think? Pretty cool theme song, isn't it? I love it. It's absolutely amazing. You did such a wonderful job. I am so excited about this masterclass. Anybody that knows me knows I have two major passions that have formed my purpose in life. And the first one is I love, love, love the study of the mind. I have invested so much into this, and I will invest in this for the rest of my life because I can't get enough of it. The other passion is health and fitness, nutrition. It is absolutely my passion as well. So I've combined both of them in this masterclass. But this is not just about shifting the mind and shifting the body. This is about shifting your life. This is a powerful masterclass. This is nothing you've seen before. So I'm very, very excited. But before we get started, let me know where you're from. Please type in the comments right now, please type and let me know where you're from, because I attract people from all over the world. And isn't it a beautiful thing to work online? Because you're attracting different cultures, different people, different languages, different ideas, different perspectives. It's just a beautiful thing. If you can type right now and let me know where you're from, that would be absolutely amazing. So who's ready? I'm not sure how you found this masterclass, but one thing's for certain, I know why you're here. So let's get started.
So let's start here. Why must you change your approach to your body? Look, we have all experienced trying to get fit and losing body weight. All of us, but the experience has not been good for the majority of the people out there. I myself have tried and failed for 18 years, and I've seen many people doing the same. All to make a lasting positive change in their life. Because on a deep level, we know that our first wealth is our health. If we don't have a healthy body, we don't have anything. It doesn't matter if we have a career or a lot of money or the perfect marriage or any of that. It doesn't matter. if we don't have a healthy body. But then we keep going and but there's so much noise and confusion and hype and contradictions and broken promises. We see thousands of ads and before and after pictures, and trust me, I understand how you feel about being overwhelmed. That was me for 18 years. You have seen everything, you have tried everything, and you would think that the majority would be jaded by now. But here's the thing. We don't want to lose hope because we know that health and fitness is so important. But that leads us in this cycle of low self-esteem due to these past failures. Here's the thing. The more you fail, the more you feel you are the problem. And so what that does, it's leaving you open and vulnerable to even more broken promises and attracting a lot of the same stuff, the same things, the same problems, the same issues. Then you keep hoping and then being disappointed again and again and again. That is why you must change your approach to your body now. The old way is not working, and I'm about to share with you statistics that it's not working for most of the people out there either. So before I show you those stats, my name is Natalie Bouchard, and here is my story. I was over 210 pounds with my pregnancies. I was 177 pounds in these photos, and I'm under 5 feet 4 inches tall. 18 years of yo-yo diets, struggled with my body image, and I played small. Do you realize that more than 2 out of 3 people feel that if they look differently, that they could show up in the world differently and be more successful? I thought I was alone. I felt shame in thinking that way or feeling that way. It is not spoken about. I was also really, really good at pretending. I was pretending that I was doing amazing. Was I just purposely pretending? No. I was completely unconscious. I really didn't realize that I was living a life that was lonely and lacked self-esteem and unworthiness, and I was exhausted. I just thought it was just life. You don't know what you don't know. And I certainly didn't know back then what I know now. And now these photos are simply to show you that I've reached the top of the weight loss and fitness industry, that I have achieved the quantum leap, that I have achieved what only 1% has achieved in the fitness and weight loss industry. I have been exposed. Remember, I started at the bottom for 18 years not understanding what to do, and I reached all the way to the top of the industry, and I have been exposed to everything in between. So every diet, nutrition, exercise program, athletic training, cardio. I have worked with coaches all over the world, nutritional scientists. I have studied with the best personal trainers. Trust me when I say I have seen it all, and my perspective, it's my perspective I need you to understand. I have a very, very high level of understanding because I have also worked with the best mindset gurus in the past 6 years. I have worked with the best teachers in the world when it comes to mindset shifting. So put the two together. My perspective is extremely, extremely from a high level of understanding. But let's be clear about one thing. I am between 8 to 10% body fat in these photos. That's not a healthy body. I do this for competitions and photos, but I just want to create also some awareness that a healthy body for an athletic woman would be between the 15% to 17% body fat, and that's what I maintain most of the time. So I just want to be clear about that as well. We are not our bodies. We are more than our bodies. And this is the beauty, is that when you realize that it's not about the body, that the body, the money, all these things, it's not about these things. You don't attach yourself to these things. It's who you become in the process of reaching, making these things happen in your life. You start looking at these things much, much in a more powerful way. It has more powerful meaning to you. So I'm about to walk through what I did. If you follow this to a T, this is going to lead you in the right direction. This is the deal. I figured out how to shift my mind. And the way my mind operates is exactly how your mind operates. And I'm going to explain more about that. And when I shifted my mind, my body shifted with it. But the beauty is that my entire life shifted also in such a powerful way. So you're probably wondering what a master mindset coach is, and I get that question all the time. So I work with businesses, athletes, and weight release clients, and I help them close the gap between where they are right now and where their heart desires to go. And that gap is all in their minds. We prevent ourselves from living the life that we want. And once that is surface, and you recognize what is blocking you, there's an incredible power that comes out of you that just would blow you away. So I have worked with thousands of businesses on a consultative basis in the last 20 years. And in the last 6 years, I have applied, worked, and studied with 6 of the top mindset teachers around the world looking for answers. I started this journey for personal reasons. I wanted answers. I struggled for 18 years, right? In the last 5 years, I have simultaneously studied with the best personal trainers and nutritional scientists because I wanted easier, more efficient ways of doing things. I wanted to eat what I wanted to eat, right?
So I have also partnered with Bob Proctor. How cool is that? If you don't know who Bob Proctor is, Google him. He is the top prosperity and mindset teacher in the world. And I have formed a powerful partnership by combining the top mindset shifting programs this world has to offer with myself, with me, the most advanced and forward-thinking mindset, health, and fitness expert out there. I'm going to claim it, and you're about to find out why. Because the way I see the fitness industry is from a very, very high-level perspective, and there's nobody in the fitness industry that would actually argue with what I'm about to share, because on some level, they know it's all truth, what I have.
Today we're going to focus on 4 master principles. The first one is debunking the industry from a place of love. Look, I love the fitness industry and it's given me so much love in return. This is coming from a place of care because what is happening right now is simply not working. Number 2, false beliefs live within us and all around us, and how it's sabotaging you over and over again. We're going to help you create some awareness to help you see the false beliefs and limited beliefs that are living within you right now. Number 3, how your mind is holding you back. Let's talk about the science of how your mind operates. And number 4, tips to seeking the right program for you. I'm going to share tips today to help you out, so that way it makes it a little easier when it's time for you to choose the right program for you. So let me share with you some really important numbers. Did you know that less than 7% achieve their fitness goals? And out of that 7% that does achieve their fitness goals, 90% of them regain the weight. People are stuck in this vicious cycle. Can you see why they're so frustrated? This is the fitness industry. So please understand, it is not your fault. Your past failures or things that haven't worked out for you, it's not your fault. And I'm about to explain to you why things are happening the way they are in the fitness industry. Before we move forward, let's talk about paradigms, because this is extremely important for people to understand. We are all born in different environments, and in those environments, we were taught certain beliefs, certain ideas, certain values, certain habits. We were taught a certain way of seeing the world that we are in right now. Example, I was born with the heart of an athlete. I wanted to be an athlete when I was a kid. And it was so obvious by my actions. But I was also born in an environment that did not see athleticism, health, and fitness as important. This environment was not healthy with their nutrition or exercise. It's not something they valued. The environment was high stress. They believed in working hard. They believed life was a challenge. And they believed education was the only way to making money. I started seeing the world through that lens. So my whole adult life became quite the challenge, as my heart wanted to be free, fit, and alive, but my mind was taught to work hard, get educated, handle stress, work in the corporate world, be a survivor. Fitness was not important. Family and money and everything else was far more important. And do you know what happened? Is that every so often my heart was longing for this health and fitness, because that's what my heart wants. It's going to keep longing it. And then I'd start the journey, but then my mind would get involved, and I didn't realize how I was programmed to see the world, so I was self-sabotaging myself over and over and over again. Now imagine if I was raised in an environment with athletes. I tell you, my life would have been extremely different. It wouldn't be the same challenge because I would have had the heart of an athlete raised in an environment with athletes. Now that doesn't always work out that way, does it? But ask yourself, what did your heart desire when you were young? And are you living that same life? Could it be that you were taught certain things growing up that are completely contradicting what you truly want to do? So now let's talk about the belief systems that are out there in the weight loss and fitness industry. How many of you believe that it is hard, that it's challenging, that it's difficult to lose weight? And because you believe that, you are drawn, you are accepting, you are looking for programs that meet your belief system. And here's how this is sabotaging you over and over again. Is that if you're constantly drawn to the very programs that are going to cause hardship in your life, do you think you're going to do this for the rest of your life? No, you're going to quit over and over and over again. Do you understand how you have to change your belief system? Weight loss is easy. It really is. But you have to connect to the programs that are easy for you and that you would love to do for the rest of your life. Now look at how many people that believe keto is the way, because at one point they lost 30 pounds. Forget the fact that they put 40 or 50 pounds back on and they keep losing 30 pounds over and over again. Forget about the yo-yo dieting aspect behind it. They're convinced that keto works for them. Now, if they change their belief system and look for a program that would allow them to lose the weight and then maintain it and keep it off, if they change their belief system to that, then their whole world would change, because now they would be seeking a program, seeking something that would solve this issue for the rest of their life. Now let's talk about limiting beliefs in the fitness industry. The industry paradigms, the limited beliefs that exist within all the strategies that exist in this industry. So remember the pics I showed you in my transformation? That did not happen on my first try. No, that was 18 years of fad diets and weight loss systems and programs and special equipment and supplements. I thought strategy had everything to do with weight loss. I did. I really did. I was like, oh, Weight Watchers. And then it was like, oh, no, intermittent fasting. Oh, no, keto. Trust me, I did keto. Oh, whole foods or flexible macros. It was one thing after another. Let me ask you this. How is it possible that 14 or more major strategies are making $80 billion in the fitness and weight loss industry? How is it possible? Would one of them be ultimately right? If strategy really worked for one person, wouldn't it work for everybody? Why are the statistics showing those numbers? Meanwhile, the industry is making $80 billion. How is that possible? Okay, so here are 8 links that I found in a matter of seconds, all about how you must not follow a keto diet, that it's a bad thing. And then in a matter of seconds, I also found 8 links of how keto is the right strategy to use. Is it really the keto diet or not doing a keto diet that is going to change your body? Or could it be that it is the belief you have about it that is either going to change or not change your body? Look, I could give you sugar pills and be so convincing that these sugar pills are about to transform something, transform your body. And if you believe like the sun is going down tonight type of belief, like that strong belief, if you believe that those sugar pills are going to change your body, I guarantee you, you would see results. That is how powerful your mind is. And I know that this truth is resonating with you. So now that we are questioning these strategies that make up the $80 billion health and fitness industry, why is the industry selling stuff that doesn't work? Why is there such a focus on strategies? Why are there so many people caught in this negative cycle and not seeing the results they want? Well, let me explain a little further. So here's the major problem. The cycle of an unconscious competent. So you might be asking, well, what's an unconscious competent? An unconscious competent is an individual that succeeds big time in any industry, but we're going to talk about specifically the fitness industry. So they have achieved massive success, but they are completely unaware that the success they achieved in their life had everything to do with mindset shifting and very little to do with the strategy that they used to make it happen. That is what an unconscious competent is, and unfortunately, there are a lot of unconscious competence in the fitness industry. So here's the cycle of an unconscious competent. What makes an unconscious competent? A person decides on a goal and commits. They're completely unaware that they are focused on the right vision. And this is part of what we teach our clients, to really connect to the right vision. Now here's the part that really messes up the fitness industry. All the people that are guided by their own limited beliefs. Here's the reality. They start their journey, and if they believe they have to work hard or no carbs or they have to train a certain amount or a certain way, they're going to attract the coaches, they're going to attract all the people in their life, the programs that are going to align with their belief system. But the problem with that is that when they do succeed, they're transferring their limited beliefs onto other people and telling other people, well, you can't eat carbs and you got to train hard and you got to train this way. Do you understand how that also messes up the industry? Now, when these individuals do succeed, they found a strategy. I want to be clear here. They found a strategy that works for them and only them, based on their unique vision, their unique beliefs, their unique habits, and experience. Strategies are not universal. They're so not universal. They are completely unaware that strategy is only 5% of the success. It's completely their strategy. It doesn't belong to anybody else. But they're convinced that that's the strategy, that the strategy works, so it must work for everybody else. So they give it a pretty name and they market the product or the program as this big magical secret. And as you know, and as you saw from my previous slide, you can prove pretty much anything. You can find scientific evidence to back any limited belief that you have. And this, and I would like to think that people are unconsciously doing this, but it misleads people into thinking that the product and program are what delivers results. It has nothing to do with the strategy or the product or the program. It has everything to do with your belief about these things. And you know, I've worked with scientists all over the world. I'm going to tell you that most of the studies are truly inconclusive. There's a reason why. Beliefs differ greatly from one person to another. Remember the sugar pill. If you believe that sugar pill is about to transform your body, trust me, that sugar pill is going to transform your body. Belief is absolutely everything.
So understand that ignorance about how the mind functions is the major reason why so many people in the fitness industry are sharing their strategies. They truly believe that the strategy is what made them successful. Please understand that they can't connect to something they don't understand. They don't understand about the mind and how it shifts. Therefore, they can't explain that, but they can explain how they did it. But understand that how they did it, the strategy belongs to them and only them. It's very, very individual. If you want success, you need to think like a conscious competent. Now let me explain what a conscious competent is.
So now let's talk about the cycle of the conscious competent. This is when you can guarantee success, trust me, because the laws that govern your mind are exactly the same laws that govern my mind and everybody else on this planet. That's why it's universal. Strategies are not, they're very much individual. So let's talk about what the cycle of a conscious competent looks like. So the first thing we do when we work with our clients, we get them connected with the vision, with the fantasy. They're not just looking to achieve a certain vanity or a certain look or a certain health in their life. That's not what they're looking to achieve. They have a picture, they have a vision of, and they see themselves doing something with this body. Because at the end of the day, it's not the body, it's not the vanity, it's not the titles, it's not all these things that we're looking to attach ourselves to. It's not what's going to bring the happiness. It's who we become in the process of achieving these things. Ultimately, your mind needs direction. Look, you would never jump in your car and just go west, right? Meanwhile, people all over are walking around and they have no goal, they don't have a connection to their vision, and they're expecting to get somewhere in life. And that's unfortunate because your mind needs direction. If you want success in your life, you need to give your mind direction. So once our client connects to the right vision, trust me, the intuition, the imagination just becomes extremely powerful. It's not unusual to encounter someone that says, oh, I'm not creative. Oh, my intuition is not very strong. Oh, my memory is not very strong. They just keep bashing themselves, right? But what they fail to understand is that all they need to do is develop their higher faculties. They can develop these gifts that are already within them. And it certainly helps once they have a connection to the vision. Because what's happening right now is that their heart wants to go in one direction, but then the mind is going in a separate direction. And there's no cohesiveness and there's no alignment. And that's why a lot of people are frustrated in certain areas of their life. But once you are following your heart and then you're upgrading the mind, you're giving direction to the mind, this is where we're going. We're going in the direction of my heart. Trust me, now you've got cohesiveness. Now you're aligned. Your intuition becomes 10 times, 100 times stronger. Your imagination becomes 10 times, 100 times stronger. And you also become so self-inspired. Now you don't need people outside of you to motivate you to get things done. You are so inspired that you are jumping out of bed because you feel so alive to make things happen. Do you realize how powerful that truly is? So the next step is surfacing limiting beliefs. We need to unblock what is holding you back. The truth is you've been told a lot of lies about who you are and what you're really capable of doing. In your subconscious mind, there are things that are blocking you. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that science, and it's all going to make more sense. But for right now, just recognize, and I'm sure you're aware of it, that no matter at what level you achieved in your life, everybody's got this plateau that they hit. And when they hit that level, they seem to struggle and they're stuck there and they have a difficult time achieving beyond that. And so those are your limited beliefs within you that needs to surface and be removed so that you can keep growing and living the life that you want to live. And then the next step is replace blind faith with educated faith. Replace fear and doubt with knowledge and understanding. This is very, very powerful because once you have the knowledge and you understand why you have that fear and doubt to begin with, that fear and doubt no longer controls your life. Once you achieve your goal, your vision, by shifting your mindset, that means now you have true understanding of how the mind operates. Because once you understand how your mind operates, you'll understand how everybody's minds operates. But the best part is that you can truly help and serve other people. There's nobody that you would not be able to help. Understand that. This is the only way a person can truly help other people. Because if you don't surface all of your insecurities and the junk that's inside of you, you're just transferring those limited beliefs onto other people. So it's very, very important for people to understand how their mind operates. And once you do that, then you can help anybody and everyone. Einstein was well respected, so I'm going to bring up his quotes. The 1% out there, past, present, and even the future ones, they all think the same way. They're constantly focused on shifting their mindset to reach the next level of their life. Think about it. They're not using strategies, they're building strategies. The masses are using their strategies, and they're not getting the same results for a reason. Think about it. Einstein was a genius when it came to human potential. Look at the fitness industry. That is the definition of insanity. Think about it. People are doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. There is so much insanity in the fitness industry, I don't even know where to begin. Please do something different. Think about it. Study Einstein, study Henry Ford, Napoleon Hill, Andrew Carnegie, Steve Jobs, Oprah, Warren Buffett. I can keep going. There is a reason why they are creating what they are creating. Like Einstein said, I am no more of a genius than you are. Now, the things that go through his mind, I don't see numbers. My genius is very different from Einstein's genius, so I don't see the numbers he saw. But I have genius inside of me, and my heart knows how to get me there. Your heart knows how to get you there. We are not connected to our minds. So the moment you shift your mind and you start seeing this world differently, there's going to be a different power coming out of you. Recognize that.
So now let's talk about what is truth. Because the fitness industry is sharing with you a certain type of information. The media will share with you a different type of information. Then your surroundings, family, everybody else is sharing different types of information. And you're just wondering, like, what is truth? What makes sense? It gets very confusing, doesn't it? A very, very wise person has shared with me these words that I'm about to share with you. If you really want to know what is true and what is not, ask yourself, does it apply to every single person on this planet? Because if it applies to every single person on the planet, it is truth. Gravity, that's truth. The law of electricity, that's truth. If you do not have your home wired to code, you know what's going to happen. That applies to every single person on the planet. Things like keto, intermittent fasting, carb loading, all these different ways of working out, that is all made up truth. That's very, very individual. That does not apply to every single person on the planet. And that's how you know what is truth and what is not.
Here are some more truths that I'd like to share with you. Your body is an instrument of the mind. That is truth. And you know that because when you make up your mind you want to do something, your body's going to follow. When you make up your mind you're not going to do something, your body follows. Your body is an instrument of the mind. Truth, health and fitness is your first wealth. There is nothing on this planet more important than that. Not your kids, not your work, not your spouse. Everything means nothing in your life if you do not have a body. So this belief system, unfortunately, is what is sabotaging a lot of people out there. Because you were brought up to believe that everything is more important. Think about it. You show up in this world in that body. How are you going to show up in this world if your body is breaking down? Okay? A win in health and fitness is a win everywhere else in your life. Think about it. Your love life, sex life, your education, how you show up to work. You get connected to your heart. You know more of what you want. You're more confident. Trust me. Everything in your life changes once you have a win in the health and fitness area. You're in control of that. You're in control of everything else in your life. Another one is you get what you put in. How much did you invest in other areas of your life to reach your success? Can you imagine if you would have decided, well, I'm just going to spend $500 on this little certificate and I'm going to allow that to guide me towards my success in my career? You know that that wouldn't have worked. Well, how many people out there are not investing in the number one thing that is so, so important to them? Right? Food for thought. That applies to everybody. So it is truth. This controls every area of your life. Children, love life, money, career, character, spirituality. Trust me, it controls every single area of your life. That is the truth. And this sets the stage for success everywhere in your life. That is universal truth. So let's talk now about the part of your mind that is holding you back. Let's talk about the science. Let's start here, because negative and limiting beliefs are what is preventing 95% of the population to live their life to the fullest. Who am I to do this? Who are you not to do this? If you have a vision in your mind, trust me, you have the abilities to make that vision happen. That vision is uniquely yours. You might think that everybody has the same vision, but they don't. Your vision is yours, and that means you have every ability possible to make it happen. And we explain that science, and people become believers once they understand the science behind it. It will be really hard. It's only hard because you believe it's really hard, so therefore you're attracting things that are hard to you. We help people shift the it's really hard to, wow, this is easy. What will others think of me? Well, the number one reason why people fail is because they worry a lot about what people think. But here's what Bob Proctor shares. 2% think, 3% think they think, 95% of the population would rather die than think. So I'm going to tell you right now, it's very important for you not to care what people think, because they're not thinking. They are following. I don't have the time. Most people that use this line in their life, it is because it is simply not a priority for you. When you connect with the fact that you have decided that everything in your life is more important than fitness and health, think about it. You're not going to have the time. But if you shift your belief about what is important to you, because at the end of the day, like I mentioned before, if you do not have a healthy body, you do not have anything. It is your first wealth. I have illnesses. We work with clients that disconnect themselves from the illness. Unfortunately, you have an illness because you've connected yourself to an illness. And until you learn how to disconnect yourself from it, you're going to live with that illness. And you can. You have the power. You really do. And this is where the masses get incredibly inspired by individuals that have simply said, you know what? 95% of me is mind. Only 5% of me is body. So if 5% of me is dying, but 95% of me is power, then if I simply make a decision right now that I'm about to cure this or get rid of this disease or live healthy and strong, you can. But you have to make a decision. You have to disconnect yourself from the illness. And we work with clients to do that as well. I have a slow metabolism. Trust me, you do not have a slow metabolism. But what happens is that using these lines and these limited beliefs, it's forcing you to stay exactly where you are because you've just given hope. I have a slow metabolism. And trust me, you don't have a slow metabolism. You just made up your mind that you do. And therefore, it's causing you a reality that you don't enjoy. My body loses muscle after 30. Boy, that was a belief that I had, that I was taught, unfortunately. I would be told over and over again, you know, after 30, that body of yours will not look the same. After you have kids, that's it. Your body will never look the same. Well, what that did was I started believing that. And because I started believing that, and then I started a diet program or a fitness program, and guess what? I was going against that strong current. every single time. That strong current of, oh, you're over 30. This is probably why it's not working. Do you see? It was sabotaging me over and over again. So the best decision I've ever made was change that belief and look around me and recognize that I was sabotaging me, that it's not the truth. You can have an incredibly fit body at 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. And I have changed my belief to that. I don't have the right genetics. How many people think that way? Oh, look at her. She's very, very lean. She can eat whatever she wants. And it's just genetics. You know, everybody seems to believe that it's just genetics. Guys, it's belief system. The moment I stopped believing that people were gifted and had the body that they had because of genetics, and I just simply told myself that you are also genetically gifted, that's when everything in my life changed. But you have to be in control of your mind. But once you're in control of your mind and you recognize these limited beliefs that are preventing you from achieving all that you want to achieve, once you recognize and you take control and you change those limited beliefs just like I did, that's when you're looking in the mirror and you're like, oh my freaking God, look at what I created. And this is not about the body or the vanity. This is that you have the power to transform your body. And that, when you're attached to that power, that's when everything is just absolutely more enjoyable. Now, I kept this one for last. I should be happy with the body I have. So actually, let me get on here and talk more about the subject. Let's talk like face to face, because I should be happy with the body I have is what is causing a lot of problems out there. There are big, big movements happening right now trying to get people to be happy with the body that they have. Let me explain how that is sabotaging more people than helping them. Number one, we were meant to grow. We are part of nature. Anything in nature, a tree, if it stops growing, what happens? If the water stops flowing, what happens? If the grass stops growing, like think about it. There's no such thing as a in-between. You're either growing, and I hate to use the word dying, but it's the truth. You're either going backwards or you're moving forward. Understand that. So number one, the fact that you should just be grateful for your body is not enough. Gratitude is very, very important. But if gratitude is not combined with growth, with a desire to do more and become more and have more, if it is not combined with that, you are going to feel a lot of longing and discontent. Number two, talking about longing and discontent. Do you know that longing and discontent are gifts? You might be thinking, like, why are they gifts? They are gifts. Because if you're feeling longing and discontent with where you're at in life, that is basically your sign that you're not living according to what your heart desires. You're not living your truth. You're on a different path. You're on the wrong path. So when you have longing and discontent in a certain area, recognize that it is your heart telling you, wake up, I'm going to make you feel very, very uncomfortable right now because you're not living your truth. And number three, this is not about vanity. It's not about the body. Just like it's not about the money, the titles, the education, all these other things that you want in life. It's not about those things. It's about who we become in the process of achieving those things. But what happens is with these movements of I should be happy with my body is that they've made it about the body. That's the unfortunate part. If you have longing and desire to have a better body or to have a certain level of health, please understand that that is part of who you are, and you need to move forward towards that, because the longing and discontent is not going to leave. It's not going to disappear. And remember, it's not about the body. It's who you become in the process. So all these limited and false beliefs, they need to be surfaced, because it's all junk that needs to leave your subconscious mind. It needs to go away. We need to Take the trash out. It really is. That is really what is preventing 95% of the population to achieve absolute greatness. Is that incredible? It is the junk inside of your subconscious mind that has to go, that has to leave. It needs to go away. I know I'm being pretty dramatic, but let's face it. It is preventing 95% of the population to live the life they want. I need to be dramatic. Do you understand? It's time to take the trash out, and trust me, and you know that if you didn't have all these fears and insecurities and doubts inside of you, that you would be able to live a much different life tomorrow. And you know that. So how about we surface it and we get it out? Because once you become aware, your whole life changes. I want to give you more of a visual of what the mind looks like. We think in pictures. So once you see what the mind looks like, you might be able to better figure out why you feel the way you feel. The conscious mind and the subconscious mind represents that big circle. And the body is just a small portion of it. And the reason why, it's pretty obvious, the mind controls the body. The body is an instrument of the mind. The body doesn't just pick up the pen. The mind sends the signal to the body to pick up the pen. So now let's talk about the mind. There's a conscious and subconscious part of the mind. The conscious mind controls 5% of the life results. Subconscious, the emotional mind, is 95% of the results. The conscious mind is you watching this video or watching YouTube videos, reading books, when you're sitting in a classroom and you're receiving information from the teacher, and then you write a test because you memorize the information enough to write the test. That is your conscious mind. Now you understand why there's a lot of students out there that have achieved certain credentials and they're still struggling, because that only controls 5% of your life results. The subconscious mind controls 95% of your life results. Understand that this is where I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not beautiful enough, I don't have what it takes. Insecurities, fears, doubts, everything has been planted in that subconscious mind at some point. And if people are not aware of this, it is controlling the body, it is controlling your actions, it is controlling your behavior, your attitude, everything. And guess what? It controls your results. So recognize that if you do not surface a lot of the garbage that is inside of your subconscious mind, and you keep thinking that if you watch YouTube videos or read books or learn more information that everything in your life is going to change, please recognize that you've been misled. Until you surface the junk that's in your subconscious mind and change those beliefs to beliefs that are going to serve you, your body, your attitude, your actions are going to be controlled by all these negative beliefs. And you're not going to get the life results that you want. And guys, this is not my opinion. This is all science. So now let's talk about what's going on with your mind when you decide to quit a program, a fitness program, or your fitness journey. Let's look at the first little genie. And you'll see that the conscious, subconscious, and the body has an X inside of each of those areas. That represents your current habits, your current behaviors, your current results, the way you eat, the way you exercise, everything you're doing currently, that's a representation of you right there. So now let's look at the second genie. You see that little cloud where it says outside Y idea? So in this case, the Y idea is going to be, I want to become fit. I want to have this new body. I want a new me. And you get excited with this new you. So this new you is this Y idea. Now, you're not getting emotionally involved with it at this point. You're just toying with the idea. And then you probably are making decisions to move forward with this new fitness journey. But then what happens is that 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks down the road, you start not recognizing that the new you is going at war with the old you in your subconscious mind. Here's the reality. You cannot become the new you living exactly the same way you were living before. You got to give up parts of the old you in order to make room for the new you. But if you don't know that this war is happening in your subconscious mind, and you don't know why you even lived with these old ways of doing things and why they were even part of your routine or your habits, if you don't understand any of that, the new you and the old you is going at war, and you're just not feeling comfortable. That's all you will just feel, that feeling of, I can't do this anymore. And then what happens is you go back into bondage. And then you start saying things like, well, I should just be happy with the body that I have. Or maybe you'll say things like, I'm just not genetically gifted. I just don't have the time. I don't have, think about it. You're going to use a lot of excuses. But what that does is that it brings you down further. But when you work with us, we give you the knowledge and understanding so that you don't end up quitting. Think about it. You're completely aware of what's happening. And then you understand which parts of the old you that you're more than willing to let go of. And most of it is all attached to these limited beliefs anyways. So once you surface all of that, you will let go of certain parts of your old self in order to make room for the new you. And that, my friends, is ultimate freedom in every area of your life. Now let's talk about choosing the right goal, the right vision for your body, because this is the main reason why people end up quitting their journey, because they're not connected to the right goal and vision. There are 3 types of visions, goals. And type A is basically people that have lost 10 pounds and then gained 10 pounds, and now their goal is to lose 10 pounds again. So they're continuously attaching themselves to goals that they've already achieved in the past. There's nothing inspiring about that. So the type A goal, we're going to scrap that. There's just no point in doing that anymore. Type B goal means you're looking at your current circumstances and you're going after what you think you can achieve. Now, 95% of the population is living with limited beliefs about what they're actually capable of achieving. So trust me, they're going after things that are truly not inspiring. They're going after things that they think they can achieve. And they might feel good achieving it, but not incredible. They are not going to connect with who they're truly capable of becoming. So type B, it's just not enough to help people become truly, truly self-inspired. Now, C goals. The type C goals are when you connect to your heart and you have this vision of this incredible life. And that vision, you become emotionally involved with that vision because it belongs to you. It belongs to you. And then this is what we help guide our clients with education and knowledge, because once they have the education and knowledge, they also recognize that they have everything it takes to make that C goal happen. And that brings out a power inside of them that they didn't even know existed. But it requires you to get connected to the truth of who you are, the heart of who you are, and then connect to that vision. And trust me, everything else becomes so much easier. The only reason why you have difficulty and struggles in your life right now is that you're going against the current. And going against the current means you're not following your heart's desire. So how do you connect to your heart's desire? You know, everybody's wondering, like, how do I connect to my purpose? Well, it starts with, what do you want? You know, this is the hardest question for my clients. You know why? Because people have denied what they want. We do the things we feel we must do consistently, and then be the things we are expected to be. We are taught to limit what we can have. And so we limit what we can have over and over and over again. So if you want to connect to your heart's desire, recognize that you have to start asking yourself, what do I want? And if the job you're going to daily is not the job you enjoy, ask yourself, what do I want? And if that becomes very difficult, let me help you. Ask yourself, what do I not like? Write those down. And the opposite of what you don't like are the things that you love. So there's an easy way to get you started on that journey of figuring out what do you want so that you can connect to the heart of who you are. Because the heart of who you are is all love. It is all love for the things around you. So once you love the things that you're doing, trust me, it's connected to your heart. If you don't love what you're doing and there's discontent and longing, that's because you weren't supposed to do those things. They're not connected to who you are. They're not part of your truth. So you got to align yourself with the things that you do love and want. And the more you do that, the more you're going to connect to who you truly are. So let's quickly summarize what we've learned. A strategy that worked for one person does not work for everyone. Shifting your mindset, that is universal truth. That will help anyone and everyone achieve whatever it is they want in life. Also, when you shift your mindset, you're using your new way of looking at the world to set up and guide you towards the right strategies for you. Success is 95% mindset and only 5% strategy. Challenge any negative limiting beliefs and watch your life transform so quickly. This is how you create wisdom and take charge of your life. Now, shifting your mindset by uncovering what is holding you back is the only way to guarantee results. There is a gap between where you are now and where you want to go. That gap is filled with limited beliefs. Once you surface that, trust me, you're going to feel a power inside of you that you didn't even know was there. Your mind needs the right guidance, the right vision. Get connected to what you love and what you want, and that will connect you to your heart. So let me talk about some success tips that I want to share with you. The first one is write down your goal in present tense. You have to understand that you have got to live from the place of the goal in order for your goal to happen. That is science, not an opinion. I had to see myself as an athlete before I actually became an athlete. Then also build a program that aligns with it, right? Once you get connected to a vision and you build a program that aligns to it, you're going to look, this is what our clients do. They look at their plan and they're like, yeah, I could do this for the rest of my life. And that's when you know they're going to succeed. Question your limiting beliefs. Like I mentioned before, your limiting beliefs are what's preventing you from achieving what it is that you want to achieve. Just move. Don't overcomplicate it. People think they have to lift or they have to specifically do yoga or they have to specifically do these things. Limited beliefs. Move. That is required. That is universal truth. Every single person on this planet must move. But how you move, that doesn't matter. So on top of the mindset shifting, what we do is that we don't just give our clients fish. Like we don't just give them a nutrition program and a fitness program and say, here you go, do it. No, we teach them the fundamentals. We teach them how to fish. And so together we build the program based on who they are. Now that they've removed all those limited beliefs, now they know they're connected to who they are, they know where they're going, and then we build a program around that based on their lifestyle, based on where they're going, based on what is a priority to them. Basically a program that they can see themselves eating that food for the rest of their life, a program that they can see themselves move that way for the rest of their life. And when they connect to something that is now uniquely theirs, trust me, it becomes a lot easier to hold on to that program. And that's what I've done. My program is very, very unique to me, but it's my program and I enjoy it and it fits my lifestyle. And there's the power. Do not deprive yourself. Don't start a program where you cannot wait for it to end because you're depriving yourself so much. Don't even start the program because you know that you're not going to do that for the rest of your life. So if you know you're not going to do it for the rest of your life, why even bother? You're putting yourself through pain only to put the weight all back on. Don't even bother with those programs. Do not deprive yourself. Okay, there's no such thing as bad food. This right here has caused more dysfunction out there than anything else, because the problem is the majority of the society is that when they see something that's bad or forbidden or they can't have it, they want more of it. So that's why they're eating so much of it, because it's forbidden. We really got to get this whole bad food out of our minds and disconnect from that. There's no such thing as bad food. I have chocolate bars. I have things that people would classify as bad food. It's like, come on. There's nothing wrong with treating yourself, right? We got to stop calling it bad food. That's the problem. And the last one, success. If you truly want success, if you're very serious about success, understand that 95% is mindset. It's not strategy. If you're still focused on strategy, you're going to get the same life results over and over again. Trust me. Start researching it. Start looking at it. This is not something I just invented. I have worked with the top mindset coaches around the world. I am telling you, it is all mindset. There's the genius. There's the amazing ideas. There's your unbelievable happiness. Trust me. Shift your mindset, and everything you can possibly imagine in life, you will achieve. So now, how much time, money, and energy have you spent on your fitness goals?
Now, for some people, they haven't spent much time, money, or energy on their fitness and health goals. It's quite interesting because I'll have conversations and they're telling me like, God, I really want to make a change and I don't understand why I'm not seeing this change. And then we start asking about how much they've invested in the areas of their life that they are successful in. And then they start recognizing, shit, the reason why you're not seeing the success in this area of your life is because you're not spending much time, money, and energy in that area of your life. So naturally, you're not going to see the results that you want, right? But when you shift your mindset, it becomes a lot easier. Like I said, you're not going against the current. But for some people, they did like I did. For 18 years of my life, I have burned through not only the 18 years, but I must have spent, what, 15, 20,000, who knows, right? All I know is I bought tons of programs, tons of supplements, tons of creams, special vitamins, specific equipment. Oh my God, all these things. And I think back, it's just absolutely nuts. So, how about we do something different? Let's make Einstein proud. Let's break this law of insanity that exists in the fitness industry right now. How about we start, doing things differently and we stop doing the same things over and over again, expecting different results? Let's bust this thing wide open, shall we? I'm inviting you on a free call, and anybody that knows me will tell you that you don't want to miss this opportunity. I will offer you so much value. My goal is always to make sure that I leave people better off than I found them. And so here is what the call will entail.
Right, who is ready to bust this thing wide open? Who wants a different future? Who is tired of living the same day, same week, same month with these same programs giving you the same results? Who is tired of living like that? So this is what I want to do for you. Book a call with me, a free call, and we're going to clarify what it is that you truly want. We're going to uncover what it is holding you back. We're going to discuss a strategy you need to move forward and find what's right for you for the last time. This is a very, very powerful session that you're getting for free. So I've included the QR scanner here so that it'll bring you straight to my scheduler. I've also included a link so you can easily click the link in the comments section of this webinar and it'll bring you straight to my scheduler. I am looking forward to hearing from you. Look, I don't have an unhappy client. Do you know why? This is how powerful this information is. When you shift your mindset, you're guaranteed the results you want. That's science. That's not an opinion. That is science. You shift your mindset. You get connected to who you are. You will achieve and live any life you want. And you know on a deep level, you know that the reason why you're not showing up in the world the way you want to show up in the world, because you do have limited beliefs that are preventing you from living the life you truly want, living in the body that you really want. Book a call. It'll be the best decision you ever make. Your future self will definitely thank you for this. Don't leave just yet, because this is very, very powerful information I'm about to share with you. Although the whole masterclass is pretty powerful, but this is about to get even more powerful. You have two people living inside of you. I'm about to explain why you feel very confused and sometimes unsure when it's time to make a decision. So the two people living inside of you is your heart and your ego. Let's talk about the heart. You were born with a purpose. You are naturally inclined and drawn to certain things for a reason. When you sit in a motivational seminar and you feel pumped in that moment, contrary to what people know and think, it is not the speaker that has your heart pumping the way it does. It's not because the speaker is that great. Now, I mean, the speakers are good, but the reason why your heart is pumping that way is because it is responding in a way that's trying to tell you to wake up. The truth of the speaker is resonating with the truth in your heart, but you're not following it. And that's the sad part, because people are not even aware of this. So what happens is they get home and the ego takes over, life goes back to normal, and they don't feel anything remotely close to how they felt in that motivational event. And some people get addicted to these motivational events and they keep returning to it because of how it makes them feel, not recognizing what is going on. It is your heart telling you to wake up and follow this path. Now let's talk about the ego. The ego started to build inside of you at a very early age. The ego prevents you from living from the heart. The ego was formed by your environment that you grew up in. So remember when I spoke about paradigm and how I grew up in a family that didn't value athleticism, but I had a heart of an athlete. Well, my ego basically consisted of everything that my environment valued, but my heart did not. That's what formed my ego. And some individuals are living with bigger egos than other people. And the reason why they are living with a bigger ego is simply because they're living further away from their truth, further away from their heart, further away from their purpose. Think about it. If they're living a life that is very, very far from where their heart desires to go, they had to build quite the big ego to hold on to all these values that truly don't belong to the heart of who they are. And so the same thing with someone with a smaller ego is just because they're living closer to their heart. That's why their ego is smaller. So now I want you to ask yourself this question. Can Natalie and Bob really help me shift my mindset and achieve the results that I want? If you really want this, if your heart desires this, take action. Just take action. It's just a call. It's a free call. But if you hear no, and take me out of the equation, it has nothing to do with me. You can work with anybody. You can call anybody, right? Ask yourself this question. Do you have a block that is sabotaging you and telling you no? And that block is the ego. Is the ego speaking, or is it your heart speaking? Only you can answer that.
So I hope you enjoyed this masterclass as much as I enjoyed preparing it for you. I know there's a lot of information because I make sure to add a lot of value in my masterclasses because I do value your time. But also, I realize with all this information, you must have a lot of questions, right? You must wonder, how do I apply this, though, to my unique lifestyle, to my unique circumstances, to my life? And this is why I invite you to a free call. Contact me so that I can basically answer all these questions for you. And the thing you need to understand is that for most of my adult life, I played small. I struggled. I didn't live the life that I wanted. And I was looking for answers, but on some level, I always knew that I was meant for more. When someone shared with me this information, everything changed. Everything in my life changed. And I started to dig deep, boy, did I ever start digging deep. And so this is why I'm so passionate about this. I discovered a universal truth that permits people to live the lives they really want. Do you realize how powerful that is? It didn't just happen for me or for selected few people. No, there are millions of people out there that are shifting their lives with this very information. What I want to do is help you shift your mind so that you can shift your body. And trust me, your entire life will shift with it. So book that call. I look forward to hearing from you guys. Thank you so much. Take care.